and a warm welcome. You're watching the Education News Network, where you get to the latest developments in education at the top of this hour. Today we have two very special guests with us, Ms. Amuta M. Edward and Ms. Sahitya Priya. Let me give you a brief introduction about them. Ms. Amuta M. Edward is the principal of Smrti Academy, is also a distinguished educator with over 2 decades of teaching experience in Bangalore's top school. Her expertise spans ICSE, CBSE, ISC, NIOS, PUC and Cambridge boards. With a Master's History from Mumbai University and MPhil from Periyar University. She is also a Microsoft certified teacher and career counselor. Ms. Amuta prioritizes holistic education, empowering students with both academic excellence and life skills, embodying a commitment to their holistic growth and success. The next guest we have is Mrs. Sahitya Priya, the principal and joint secretary of Sujana Vidhya Mandira School, holds an MTech and MA in psychology with over 15 years of experience. A principal, as for the past 5 years, she has implemented positive changes including improved communication, comprehensive skills, standardized exams, and NEP-based teaching methods, all well received by parents and teachers. Welcome, ma'am. How are you feeling?
Very good.
How are you, ma'am?
Feeling great.
All right, ma'am. So we'll begin the show. Today we are diving into an exciting and ever-evolving topic, the integration of technology in education. As our world becomes more digitally oriented, our school must keep pace. And embedding digital tools and resources into the curriculum, educators are making lessons more engaging, personalized and effective. This not only enriches the learning experience, but also prepares students for a future-oriented technology. However, integrating technology school isn't without its challenges. Let's explore how schools are navigating this landscape and making most of the technological advancements. So Sahitya ma'am, can you tell me how has the integration of technology improved student engagement and learning outcomes in schools?
Hi Renuka.
Hi ma'am.
It has a very positive impact on the students because always children will like technology.
Right ma'am.
Technology is interesting to them rather than regular teachers.
Right ma'am.
So it has a positive effect and learning outcome is also very good.
Right.
And there will be 3 types of learning styles.
Right.
If we have to know about it, audio learning style, visual learning style and tactile learning style.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Audio learning style is children will learn from listening to the teacher.
Okay.
So how technology has changed it is these teachers need not go run to the classes, need not stand tell everything to the children in front of the children only while concentrating on few students, or we are not concentrating on other students. That problem will not be there. They can make audio books, they can record their classes. So this will be fun and interacting for the students also, because there are so many technological developments, there are so many gadgets which we can use for the students in the school. Children are happily enjoying their classes. That I can say from what I have seen in my career.
Right, ma'am. So, Amuta ma'am, can you tell me how do you address concerns about the potential for technology to distract students rather than enhance learning?
Thank you so much for that question. First of all, thank you for having me here and an opportunity to discuss this critical
It's an honor to have you here.
topic. And also my appreciation to my co-panelist for her insight and perspective. And the question like how technology can enhance the teaching learning process but also have the potential of distracting the students, right? And I would like to frame my answer around these 3 points. One is leveraging technology for engagement and personalization. It is very important that gone are those days. Like now, if you look at past 10 years, modern classroom. What do you understand by modern classroom? When we think about modern classroom, it is equipped with all technological advancement
Right.
like interactive board,
Right.
you have tablets, you have internet connections, right? And it's very, very important. It has become a modern classroom. What do you understand by modern classroom? When we think about modern classroom, it is equipped with all technological advancement
Right.
like interactive board,
Right.
you have tablets, you have internet connections, right? And it's very, very important. It has become an integral part. The technology must be integrated with the education process to enhance the teaching learning process, right? And how can we do that? Very important is leverage it. Leverage the technology to an extent that it does not replace the traditional teaching method
Right.
but complements it well. And it's very important, and how this can be done, it's very important that we train our educators, because technology is evolving. Every day you come up with new things in the market, and it's important that the educator must keep herself abreast with what is happening around, and she knows about the advancement, she knows about the tools, so that she can well integrate with the instructional method inside the classes.
Right.
If she's aware of that, then it becomes very smooth. We are going to have a blended approach. We are going to balance traditional teaching method with technology, right? And if this balance is there, I think so definitely the teaching learning process will be very effective and interesting, and the retention is more.
Right.
Yeah, that's my take. And one more point I would say that, how this can become a potential distractor is, again, an educator must link her activity with the learning objective and learning outcome. Okay? He or she must not use a tool or an app if it is not required.
Right.
If it is just infused, then it is not going to help.
Definitely.
Right? So there should be the relevance. Right? Is it really going to help my teaching learning process? If that question is answered, then complement it with that. Otherwise, I think so nothing can take out from our traditional teaching method. But I would always say that have a balanced approach.
Right. So, ma'am, can you tell me, adding to that, can you tell me, since we know that technology is evolving every day, so is the teachers in your school are educated, or they are, well updated about the new technologies that you guys have in the school?
Absolutely. See, our NEP, National Education Policy 2020, advocates, right?
Right.
Continuous professional development. It's also CBSE. It's very important that the teacher keeps herself updated.
Right.
And we do send our teachers for different training programs. Whether it is supported by NCRT, CBSE, we have that, right? 50 hours of continuous professional development, where 25 hours the CBSE ones. We have a number of, as you are talking about technology, it's not only about for the students, it's also for the teachers. Right? There are so many platforms available, in CBSE, Nishta, Diksha, right? And COE training program with both online and offline. And these are pertinent, important topics. A teacher is trained so that she is digitally literate, and she also contribute towards producing digitally responsible future citizens.
Right, ma'am. Well, we'll move forward with Ms. Sahitya. So, ma'am, can you share specific examples of how digital tools have been used to enhance the curriculum?
Yes, Renaka, I would like to take my initial point. I told you there are 3 different learning styles, right? Audio learning style, where I have given you an example of audio book, right? Like that, visual learning style will be there. We know that our brain, more than 50%, dedicates its process to understand the visual stimuli. So, children will like and remember what they are seeing visually. And for that purpose, these interactive digital boards have come, smart boards have come. So those smart boards, digitally interactive boards, will help the children to remember everything visually. So that is one digital tool which we cannot deny that it has a positive impact on the children. And I told about tactile learning style. Tactile learning style is children will like to touch, see, and learn by touching and learning. For that purpose, we have these tablets, right?
Okay.
Tablets and all. In that, they can touch and they can do drawing, painting, and everything. So these digital tools will help to the children according to their needs, according to their interests, and they will keep them interested in the content also, concept also, as well as they will be learning in a fun way.
Right. So, ma'am, can you tell me, when you spoke about the 3 tools that you were talking, so can you tell me that are those 3 tools included in your schools and for the students?
No, I have only computers in my school, because as we are speaking about technological integration, we have to speak about the expensive budget also.
Right.
Because so this technological interaction needs more money.
Right.
So all schools will not be able to spend that much money on these digital tools.
Right.
So some schools have funds, some schools need funds. Sometimes government also try to provide some funds, sometimes corporates help. So we are still trying to get some help from outside to us.
Definitely, ma'am. So, Sahitya ma'am, can you tell me what measures do you take to ensure equitable access to technology for all students, especially those from disadvantaged backgrounds?
So let me continue the same point. We were talking about expensive digital tools. So disadvantaged backgrounds, when we talk about that point, many schools are there which cannot afford this kind of technological interaction, which cannot afford these kind of digital tools. Having a computer lab itself is a big achievement in such kind of schools. So we will be trying to ask the management, as well as we will be trying to ask corporates to get the help. And after getting the help, we ensure that each and every student gets the same time with those digital tools and same kind of training with those digital tools, so that nobody will be left behind.
Right. Moving ahead with Miss Amuta, how do you ensure, ma'am, that both teachers and students are adequately trained to use new technologies effectively?
Okay, again, a very important topic because the technology advances. It's very important that we also educate our stakeholders, not only teachers, students, but also parents. So they do understand the role the technology plays, because most of the time what happens when we set work, there's always a screen time, comes into being. But as you said, that it's important that we prepare these both stakeholders, that is students and teachers. And how do we do that? As I already mentioned, that how do we prepare our teachers is facilitating training programs and keeping them abreast with the latest happening and the latest tool, the cloud-based tool that she can integrate into her lesson plan to make it more effective.
Right.
And how students, it's very important that we lay a clear instructions, give clear instruction to children, saying that what is the purpose of an activity, because there's always another question that comes into being, that technology should not become a distractor.
Right.
It should enhance the teaching learning process, but again it's a double-edged sword that you need to strike a balance. Again, I would stress on that. And children should be made aware the importance of the activities, and also make them understand that the purpose of the activity is to demonstrate their learning, not the skill, like how well they are, it's always, they know to use the app, children
Right.
now, they are born and with a mobile or a laptop, and even by eating, children are so used to, only if they watch something they are eating, right? Any other activity also. So they should, understand what is the, purpose of the activity and why we are integrating that with technology, right? So that clear instruction should be given, and the teacher should also know, it should be able to explain the parameter to the students. So that way, if both the stakeholders are aware of why the technology is being infused in the daily teaching learning process, I'm sure it is going to play wonder inside the class.
All right, so Amuta ma'am, How do you respond to critics who argue that an over-reliance on technology may negatively impact traditional methods and interpersonal skills?
Thank you for bringing up this important concern and the debate about whether an over-reliance on technology is going to overtake the traditional teaching method and also affecting the interpersonal skill is a very valid point, isn't it?
Yes.
Right? And again, I would like to repeat, how we can address this is we need to first understand the importance of both methods, right? Whether it's traditional teaching method has been our foundation since centuries, and we can't ignore that. Okay, and technology is here to complement that. And again, I would repeat that technology should only complement and not replace the teaching, that is traditional teaching method. And I would advocate blended approach.
Right.
Right. Very important, and there are so many activities that we can bring inside the class that would enhance or enrich the teaching learning process, like flipped classroom. We are going to just reverse the traditional teaching method, but children making use of technology come prepared for the topic so that the classroom they spend on learning hands-on activities and skill building activities.
Right.
And also there are other tools like gamification.
Right.
A very important tool that helps children or that breaks the complex concept into simple. You have tools like Quizlet, Duolingo,
Yes.
okay? And also adaptive, learning technology that helps children to learn at their own pace. Okay, so both, whether it is traditional teaching method or technology-infused method, we should be able to cater to different kinds of learner. Our ultimate objective is to help the child. The child should be our center, whether which method that we are deciding on. So if we keep that in mind, definitely we would not be overloading with either of them. We need to strike a balance of them so that our important stakeholder, that is children, are benefiting from it.
Right. So, ma'am, Sahitya, ma'am, can you tell me how do you balance screen time with other important activities to ensure students receive a well-rounded education?
I have to continue what Madam has told now. Because from the beginning, she is emphasizing on the point that there should be a balance. There should be a balance. But then who will take responsibility for that balance?
Right.
That is the main question. Parents will think that teachers will take care. Teachers will think that parents also will have the same level of responsibility. But in this world, these days, both parents are working.
Right now.
Right? Both parents are working, and a teacher will not concentrate or will not be able to focus on only one child. She has to take care of 25 to 30 children in a class. Right? So both parents and faculty, teachers, both will have the same level of responsibility. By monitoring the students only, we can do it. How we have to monitor them, that is the main point. Because when you are providing them with these digital tools, you will give them internet facility also. So how can we monitor each and every student? How can we control their screen time? How do we know that they are not distracting from the original content and they are looking at anything else? For that we know, we have these firewalls, we know how to block some websites and all the care will be taken by the school. Generally schools will try to do that so that children will not overstep their boundaries and they won't take advantage of that situation.
Right now.
But parents, when parents come, now our children are very smart, right? They will say we have homework, we need this, we have that. Then parents, even though they might not be able to put more time on their education, or they might not be able to sit with them and make them study, at least when they are using digital tools, they have to sit with them. They have to see what they are doing. Once in a while, they have to monitor them. And when they are using the screen time, they should monitor frequently and they should be vigilant. Then only we can control the damage which is about to happen.
Right. That's it. So, Amuda ma'am, can you tell me what role do parents play in supporting the use of technology in their children's education, and how do you engage them in this process?
Thank you so much for this question, because as I said that the complete educational process is a collaborative thing.
Right.
It is a healthy interaction between parents, teachers and students. And parents also equally play a very important role in the child's educational process as much the school and the school teacher plays. So it's very important that we continuously engage with the parents and keep them posted on what are the activities and what are the objectives of the activities, and keep them posted, like as I said, that give clear instructions to the students as well as the parents as well. What is the purpose of the activity? How much time the child will spend in that activity? And what are the various platforms the child may refer to in order to complete that activity or the project? And if we keep the parents informed, and also, as I said, the NLP focuses on creating digitally responsible citizen. And this is definitely going to be not only the work of the school but also the contribution from the parent. That they, as ma'am said, they monitor inside the class and make also children informed about what are the positive ways that they can use the digital content in order to enhance their learning process. So, and also we conduct workshop for parents as well.
Oh, that's nice.
We conduct workshop parents as well, educating them, because every age group there are different that need arises and changes comes into being in children. So it's very important not only the children, the teacher knows about the child, definitely the parent would know, but what is important and how we can address that comes from an expert. So we invite experts, and we have online as well as offline programs that we conduct, and we work as a family. As I said, that our ultimate motive is to help the child. So when we work as a family and when we know what kind of work we do and how we can help the child, definitely it is going to benefit.
Right, ma'am. So, ma'am, as you said that you host workshops for parents as well. So, ma'am, can you just give a brief to our viewers what exactly is the process and everything?
See, in our school, every month we have a theme.
Right, ma'am.
We have a theme, and we plan a workshop based on the theme for all the stakeholders, that is for the teachers, parents, as well as the children. So understand that the needs from all these three, and we are able to cater to that, and we also ensure we all are on the same boat. Like we had recently a workshop on creating digitally responsible citizen, and we had our counselor addressing the parents, and parents also were telling, like, my child spends a lot of time on social media, and they sometimes become very stubborn and firm that they don't want to give up. So how do I handle? So these kind of concerns, are shared by the parents, and we collaboratively listen to that, and we try and help parents like how they can deal with them. So this is one of the workshop we have, and we have continuously the different tools that CBSE has come up with, and what are our objective and how we are going to go about it with the students. So we keep our parents aware of the latest thing that will happen in the school, so that they know that my child is going to come back to us with this, and this is what he's going to do. So they know that, because as soon as the child holds the phone, the thing goes to the mind that children are not using it on purpose, but they are into social media necessarily. But if we keep them aware of what is happening, so the parent knows that, and the parent will also monitor. Another thing I would say that, we also share tips like, having a fixed schedule. You can't keep the child away from technology. It's very important. It's going to be a part of his learning curve. So you can't definitely keep the child out of that, right? And you have to give that time to the child so that he spends. But how he or she spends, that is very important for the parent to know. At school, as ma'am said, that we are there to monitor, but at home, we definitely need the support of the parents.
Right. With that, ma'am, Sahitya ma'am, can you tell me, are there any instances where you believe technology might be causing more harm than good in the education setting?
Many instances. Many instances. You might know about dark web. You might have
Right.
heard about it, right? by listening to the things what happen on the dark web, it will send chills in your spine. Right? The thought that our children might be visiting those webs, or the thought that somebody from those kind of websites will contact our children, that thought itself is very terrifying, right?
Very
Scary. In those instances, I feel, and during COVID there were so many problems regarding this PUBG game, right? So we heard so many things. There were so many problems. Children were addicted to the phones. So these kind of instances, and some funny incidents will also happen where children will take the credit card of the parents and they will spend 10 lakhs on the games. They will buy games online and all. So these instances will make us think that yes, there is a lot of harm. But then again, we have to focus on balance.
Right.
We should not say that technology is dangerous.
Right.
It is dangerous if it is not used properly. It is dangerous if it is not used properly. So, and one more danger, what is lurking here is less human interaction. That is one more problem, because children need critical thinking, they need problem solving skills, they need logical thinking, they need human interaction. Right? This will become less when they use technology more. So, if we don't strike the balance between traditional teaching methods as well as this technological interaction, then there will be a very big problem waiting for us in the future.
So, Tamam, can you tell me, how do you handle pushback from educators or parents who are resistant to the integration of technology in the classroom?
To be very true, I think so. I have not encountered this kind of pushback because both parents and educators are well aware that technology integration is an integral part of educational process, and we cannot deny that. As I said, that it is ever evolving, and it's important that they keep themselves abreast and digitally literate about what is happening around the world. And as I said, that they must, and I haven't encountered that. My parents and teachers have been very supportive. They understand the importance of technology. Only thing is, as I said, that anything that is overdone is not going to help anybody.
Right.
Let us use it in a blended way that both don't overtake each other. And only if it is relevant, I ask my teachers to use it. If it is going to enhance their teaching learning process, please go ahead and use it. If it is not, please stay away and make relevant activities to be done inside the class that will give hands-on activities, experiential learning. Right? So that's only not technology that can be infused with the teaching learning process. There are other methodology, but technology must be there inside the class because that is going to be our future.
Right, ma'am. So with that's all for today. But before leaving, I would request both our guests to give one piece of advice for all our educators, principals and viewers out there. So ma'am, can you please proceed with one piece of advice?
As I said, that technology should complement the traditional teaching method and not take over it. So please strike a balance, bring in blended learning that would make the teaching learning experience fruitful for teachers as well as students.
Saidana?
Let's not make our children completely dependent on the technology. Let's make them self-reliant also. Tomorrow after 10 years, if they have to go out and get a milk packet, let's not make them to depend on only gadgets and internet. Simple tasks should be done by themselves. Problem solving skills should be developed and human touch should not be lost. That is my advice.
With that, we come to this end of this episode. Thank you so much, ma'am, for coming here. It's an honor to have you guys here.
Thank you so much for having us here.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much to all our viewers. For more such chat shows and interviews, please log on to our website www.theenn.com. Don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe the video. Thanks for tuning in. This is Renuka and we'll see you next time.